Let's take a look at number 3 in section 7.1. We're going to evaluate using integration by parts, this integral right here. Recall the integration by parts formula here. Um, what is our choice for u? And correspondingly, what's the dv going to be? Well, we choose the u by the acronym LIATE, L-I-A-T-E, if you remember. So L stands for log function. I don't see a logarithmic function. Second choice is Li. I is inverse trig. Do you see an inverse trig function? No. A is algebraic. Do we see algebraic? Yes. 7x minus 3 is algebraic. So I'm going to choose u to be 7x minus 3. That leaves the dv to be e to the negative x dx. The derivative of 7x minus 3 is just 7. So du is 7 dx. So we differentiate this way. Here we integrate, right? So if we integrate both sides of this, dv is e to the negative x dx. Be real careful. There's a little bit of a substitution here. I let u be negative x. So my du is negative dx, or negative du is equal to dx. And so I get negative e to the u du, which becomes negative e to the negative x. So be careful. There's a little substitution, or going back this way if you're taking the derivative chain rule, right? You can see that that's got to be the case. So be real careful. That's a common mistake, is you have a lot of times a simple little substitution to undo a chain rule when you're integrating on this step of the integration by parts. Okay, so integral u dv is what we have here. It's u times v. So u times v. So u is 7x minus 3. V is that. So here's our u. Here's our v minus the v. Here's the v. And then the du, as we set up here, was 7 dx. So just clean all this up a little bit. I'll bring the negative e to the negative x just out in front here, times the quantity 7x minus 3. And then here I've got a negative that I'll pull out here, negative 1. I've got a 7 I'll pull out, so I'll basically pull out a negative 7 times that negative 1 is plus 7. That leaves just e to the negative x dx. And so now, look, I've got to integrate e to the negative x dx. That sounds familiar. All right, we started with this integral, which we could not do, and now we get to this one, which we can do. And we actually just integrated that a minute ago, right? And it was negative e to the negative x. So when I integrate 7 e to the negative x, I get negative 7 e to the negative x. Okay. And again, this is the answer. This is fine for me. I noticed in Achieve that they had this down here. How did they get that? Well, they went ahead and distributed the negative e to the negative x through, and be careful, it gives us negative 7e to the negative x times x, and then negative times negative plus 3e to the negative x. And then these are like terms. 3 minus 7 is negative 4e to the negative x. And then they refactored out the e to the negative e to the negative x, leaving 7x plus 4. So either one of these answers are fine. Don't forget your plus c as well when you finish these. Hope this is helpful.